Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So 59-year-old Georgia resident Lisa Eisenhart went to D.C. and she went to the Capitol with her son, Eric Munchell. He's the guy known as Zip Tie Guy, and they were each seen wearing a tactical vest. And Eisenhart's son had a phone that was affixed to the front of his vest, so he was recording all of their crimes throughout the day. Well, in the video, Eisenhart could be heard, and she was yelling to other members of the mob, encouraging them to, quote, fight and push. This was repeatedly throughout the video. And then when someone else in the mob yelled that they had broken the police line, Eisenhart screamed, quote, let's go, let's go. And Eisenhart and her son pushed through the crowd, and she was heard shouting, quote, let's go in, let's go in. And Eisenhart then told her son, quote, we're going straight to federal prison if we go in there with weapons. And her son replied, quote, yeah, that's why I'm not going in there. So it sounded like he didn't want to go in at all, but then she suggested that they put their weapons in their backpacks. And then they eventually agreed that they should leave the weapons outside before entering the building. And as they were stashing their backpacks on the side of the Capitol, Munchell again mentioned that he needed to, quote, take my weapons off before I go in there. And then he admitted to having a knife. Now, he still carried a taser inside the building. He had one on his belt, and he carried that inside. And as they neared the Capitol, Eisenhart's son said, quote, we ain't playing fucking nice no goddamn more. And then Eisenhart agreed with him. And then a man in the crowd commented on their gear, their tactical vests. And Eisenhart's son told the guy, quote, we're fucking ready to fuck shit up. And while they're climbing the inauguration scaffolding, Eisenhart's son was heard again saying on the video, quote, probably the last time I'll be able to enter the building with armor and fucking weapons. I guess they thought we were playing. So moments later, Eisenhart and her son were seen illegally entering the Capitol. There were alarms blaring as they walked through. They made their way through various areas of the building, and then they headed eventually to the third floor and the Senate gallery. On their way to the Senate gallery, that's when Eisenhart's son found and stole some zip ties. They belonged to the Capitol Police, and he picked them up off of a shelf or something like that. They then entered the Senate gallery, and Eisenhart was heard saying, quote, I'm going to get arrested right this minute. So it seemed like started to dawn on her what was going on. And then her son appeared to also at that moment recognize the gravity of their actions, and he directed his mom to get rid of the zip ties. So at that point, Eisenhart and her son exited the Senate. They also exited the Capitol. And then the following day, they were both interviewed by the London Times. Well, Eisenhart told the reporter, quote, this country was founded on revolution. If they're going to take every legitimate means from us and we can't even express ourselves on the internet, we won't even be able to speak freely. What is America for? I'd rather die as a 57-year-old woman than live under oppression. I'd rather die and would rather fight. So Eisenhart was arrested on January 16th of 2021, and in a superseding indictment, she was charged with conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstructing an official proceeding, entering a restricted building, disorderly conduct in a restricted building, entering the Gallery of Congress, disorderly conduct in a Capitol, and parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. Eisenhart refused a plea deal. And in April of 2023, following a stipulated bench trial, she was convicted on all 7 counts. So based on the most serious conviction, which was a felony, Eisenhart was looking at up to 20 years in prison, 3 years of probation, and $250,000 in fines. The government, however, requested a sentence of 46 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. U.S. District Judge Royce Lamberth presided over Eisenhart's case, and I'm not sure if she spoke at the sentencing hearing. I couldn't find anything in the, public docket or any news reports. However, the judge told both Eisenhart and her son that he believed they were, quote, basically good people. And then Judge Lamberth also said he believed that they had accepted responsibility for their crimes. But when all was said and done, he sentenced Eisenhart to 30 months in prison, 3 years of probation, and $2,000 in restitution. So, not what the prosecutor requested, but I think it's a decent sentence for someone with no criminal history, someone who wasn't violent, even though her rhetoric may have been on the violent side. I'll take it, right? It's one of the better ones that we've seen. So I will let you all know if I hear any more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like this video, share it with others, become a subscriber if you have not already, become a donor if possible. Love you all. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.